everybody. Thanks for joining me today. For today's workout, we're going to be doing a Bosu ball themed class, incorporating a few mat Pilates exercises. We're going to be focusing on moving the entire spine in all sorts of different directions, so flexion, extension, rotation, and side bends. And by the end of the class, you're going to be feeling nice and well-rounded and warmed and ready to go. So if you're ready for class today, all you need is your Bosu, your body, and let's get started. We'll position the Bosu towards the back end of the mat here so that you have most of your mat space in front of you. The knees are going to be bent with the feet flat onto the floor, and you want that Bosu to be not too far behind you because we're going to be rolling back so that our shoulders are going to our shoulder blades are going to be finding that Bosu. So from here, nice warm up, we're going to bring those arms forward in front of us. Take an inhale to grow tall through the spine. Exhale, begin to roll the spine all the way back down, one vertebrae at a time. And while you're doing this, you're going to take your arms all the way out to the side, as far back as you can, reaching those arms back overhead. Let your ribs expand. Then start to lift the arms towards the ceiling, nod the chin towards the chest, engage your abs, and roll yourself all the way back up. Let's do that one more time. Rolling the spine down, vertebrae by vertebrae. Find that your shoulder blades find the base of the ball. Then your arms open out to the side, big sweeping motion. This should feel really good. Letting that head rest onto the Bosu. And then as your arms start to lift towards the ceiling, nod your chin towards your chest and roll yourself all the way back up. Then we'll reverse that 2 times. So as we roll our spine down, the arms come up to the ceiling, all the way back overhead, arching the spine over the Bosu. Sweep the arms out to the side, by the hips, and roll yourself back up. One more time, roll it down, arms come up towards the ceiling, back overhead, extend the spine, extend the ribs, and start to sweep the arms out to the side, by the hips, and roll yourself all the way back up. Good. All right, now let's keep the arms forward in front, palms facing in towards each other. We're gonna get into little abs. We're gonna take an exhale, roll down just enough so that you touch the Bosu with your back, and then come back up onto those sit bones. So exhale, roll the spine down, tap the Bosu, inhale, come back up, and keep going just like that. Exhale, roll it down, inhale, bring it back up. And I want you to very gently be touching this Bosu. So as if it's very fragile, that if you touch it too hard, it just might pop. So just a little tap, and then come right back up. Exhale, inhale, rise. Exhale, inhale, rise. Getting into our nice Pilates breathing. Remembering that each exhalation that we take, our abdominals are going to try to engage a little bit more. We should be feeling a little bit warmer here. Let's go for 3. Exhale, 2, emphasizing rounding that lumbar spine. And on the next one, stay in that C curve. Hold it from this position. Arms lift, arms lower. Exhale, lift, inhale, lower. Feeling those abdominals kicking in super, super intensely. Woo. Keep your feet heavy on the floor. Keep the arms lifted towards the ceiling. Pulse the body. Be careful that you don't roll too far back. Now we're trying not to touch the Bosu. Go for 5, 4, 3, 2. With control, you're going to roll all the way down onto the Bosu, keeping those arms up. Once your spine finds that ball, reach your arms all the way back overhead. Big, glorious stretch. And then circle those arms back to those hips. Bring your feet a little bit closer to you. They'll still be about maybe 4 or 5 inches apart. And we're nice and propped on this Bosu here with our shoulders resting against the Bosu ball. You're going to bring your hands behind your head, elbows wide. This right leg is going to float up to a tabletop position. We're going to take an inhale. Lean back, extend the leg away from you. Exhale as you come up, twist towards the right knee. Let's do this 10 times. Inhale, lean back. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lean. Exhale, twist. That's 3, 4, and 5. So we're halfway there. 6, good rotation. Get that left shoulder blade off the ball. 8, 9, one more, and 10. Good. Switching legs. Left leg comes to tabletop. Inhale, lean back, extend the legs straight. Exhale, rotate through the spine. Inhale, lean. Exhale, twist 10 times. Exhale as you come up and twist. This is 5, 6, exhale, 7, 8, 2 more, 9, and 10. Good, we're gonna do another round, this time only 5. So starting with that right leg and tabletop, here we go. Inhale, lean back, extend the legs straight. Exhale, twist. 1, this is 2, and 3. Good, 4, hang in there, last one. 5, awesome. And then our left leg 5 times here as well. Inhale, lean back, extend. Exhale, twist. And 2, and 3, and 4, and last time right here. Awesome job, you guys. Take a big stretch. Let your legs go straight. Let your arms reach back. Point your toes, reach, reach, reach. And then circling those arms back by your side. So you can use your hands on your mat, roll yourself up or press yourself up. And let's just take a little forward fold, reaching for those toes. Then we'll sit ourselves all the way up and we'll turn around to face the Bosu. We're gonna move into a little plank series. We're gonna be coming onto our elbows and forearms here. You can interlace your fingers and then hug your elbows kind of tightly around the sides of the Bosu. Feet are gonna come together on the mat, big toes touching, and we'll just stay here. We'll try to hold this for about 1 minute. Let me take a peek at my watch. Okay, here we go, 1 minute. Tight, tight abs. Don't let anything relax. Keep everything nice and active. Inner thighs squeezing together. Even pressure, if possible, distributed throughout your forearms. So we're trying not to dig all of our weight into our elbows. Keep your weight pressing down through the wrist side of your hands as well. And I like the analogy of thinking of pushing away from the Bosu rather than sinking into it. You guys are just about halfway there into this 1 minute plank. Hang in here. So pushing away from the Bosu, feel those shoulder blades stay flat across the backs of your ribs. Whew, hang in there. You never thought a minute was so long. You got it. All right, we're holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You can place those knees down, press your hips to your heels. Take a little child's pose, breathe. Wiggle out those shoulders if you'd like. Okay, then we're gonna come up into a modified plank, or if you're feeling more adventurous, you can always do this on your feet for a full plank. Totally up to you. Knees together. Hands on the sides of the Bosu here. 5 tricep push-ups. I want you to go slow. Inhale to bend the elbows to graze the sides of the ribs. Exhale to press back up. Inhale to bend. Exhale to press back up. 2 more. Last time. Then you can press back into another little child's pose. Take a breath. Then we're taking this into army crawls. So this is a little fun variation too. You can do it on your feet or on your knees. I'll show the modified version first. The knees and or feet are gonna be about 5 inches apart at a minimum. We're gonna be coming down from to our right elbow, then our left elbow, then back up right hand, left hand. So that's 1 set. We're gonna do it 5 times in each direction. Right, left, right, left. Right, left, right, left. That's 2 more. Last one. And then let's reverse it. So if you're advancing it, the reverse will be up, or the advancement will be up on the feet, and we're reversing it left to right, left to right. Again, keep your feet or your knees apart. Hang in there, got 1 more. And when you finish, gently lower down to your knees, press it back into your child's pose, you need it. And let's take it into another set of 5 tricep push-ups, feet and knees together. Inhale, chest towards the ball. Exhale, press back up. Inhale, bend. Exhale up. Bring your pelvis with you. Lead with your chest. When you finish those 5, press it back into a child's pose, hips to heels. Breathe. Okay, now we're gonna pull the Bosu towards us so that we have about a foot of space, maybe a little bit more than a foot of space in front of the ball. And we're going to be laying on top of the Bosu so that your pelvis is kind of at the apex, and we'll be onto our elbows and forearms here. You should have your toes touch the floor just to begin, and this is kind of like a really nice little supported plank. Now the hands are going to be apart in line with your elbows. You're going to make 2 fists and press down through the pinky side of that fist with your thumbs facing the ceiling. Now, you might need to adjust your position depending on your leg length, since we all have different leg lengths. But right now, my belly button is just slightly off the Bosu ball. Now, we're going to point the feet, lift the feet up off the floor, and from there, we're going to take an inhale, lower the feet to the floor, and then exhale, lift the feet up. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift. My legs are slightly rotated. And I'm using the glutes and the hamstrings here to help lift those legs. Nothing else is necessarily moving. So the shoulders are staying fixed in space. My spine is also staying still. So not sinking into my lumbar spine. My abs are tight here. And on the next one, keep those legs lifted, hold it. Now we'll take swimming. So fast little kicks stemming from the hip joint. You want to only move your legs as fast as you can without disrupting your upper body. So these might not be so fast. By now those glutes and hamstrings should be talking to you. Nice little burn. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest the legs, shake it out if you need to. We got 2 more little variations here. This next one, we're going to bring our heels together, toes apart, into little froggy legs. Flexing the feet. Again, make sure you're not sinking into your shoulders. Stay strong through your upper body. And I want you to just gently stamp your feet up and down on the ceiling. Little stamps and stamp. Keeping those heels together. And we're looking down, keeping the back of our neck long in line with our spine. Buns of steel. And keeping the legs lifted slightly. Clap the heels together, little tiny heel beats, clap, clap, clap. And then keeping the heels connected, stamp the feet up and down the ceiling again for 5, 4, 3, a little higher, 2, and 1. Good, shake out those legs. Our last advancement is a fun Pilates exercise. It's called swan dive. You're going to come up onto your hands. And most likely you want to have your pubic bone right at the very apex or top of the Bosu. We're going to start with the legs lifted up off the mat, feet about as wide as your mat, and hands just slightly in front of the line of the shoulder. So we're starting with our chest lifted here. We're going to take an inhale to bend the elbows, extend the legs towards the ceiling, you rock forward, and then an exhale to press yourself back up. Your goal is to maintain the relationship of your legs to your back as you dive forward and as you come back up. So careful like this doesn't happen, right? Keep your chest lifted. It requires a ton of strength through those glutes and hamstrings to help keep those legs going. Let's do a few more. Last 2. Easy shoulders. Last time. When you finish, carefully press yourself back of the ball, sitting into a child's pose. Feel free to push the ball forward, hips to heels, and rest. All right, moving into our side lying series. You can have your Bosu still towards like the back of your mat. We're going to come onto our side. Your bottom leg is going to be tucked up in front of you. And then your top leg is going to be straight. And we're going to come all the way onto our side. We'll take a nice big stretch. I want you to take your bottom hand and use it to pull your top arm away from you. So we're getting this long stretch through the side of our waist into our obliques. Feels good. All right, now reach your top arm to the sky. Bring your bottom hand behind your head, elbows wide. The foot on the floor is flexed, and as you press yourself up, you're going to bend your elbow towards your hip. Inhale to slowly lower with control. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower 10 times. Lift and lower. That heel is gonna push away from you along the floor as you rise up. Exhale, lift. Exhale, lift. Halfway there. Let's go for 6, 7, 8, feeling those obliques, 9, relieve crunch, and 10. Take that nice side stretch, use your bottom hand to pull that top arm, reach, reach, reach. Quick recovery, and let's go for a set of 5. Exhale up for 5, 4, and 3. Good control on the way down. 2, and 1. Another side stretch. Nice job. Then we're going to press ourselves up. Rotate your upper body towards your Bosu. If you're a little tighter, you can always push the ball away from you a little bit. And then I like to position the hands on the either side of the floor of the Bosu. So I'm not on the ball anymore, I'm on the kind of the sides of the Bosu on the floor. The shoulders are rotated to face your Bosu. We're gonna be hinged forward slightly. Now the back leg is gonna be what we're focusing on. We're gonna lift this back leg up and down. Exhale to lift, exhale, lift. So we're gonna be feeling the muscles through our lumbar spine and through this tushy to help lift that leg. If the position of your arms is a little strange or you're tight, feel free to play around with where you'd like to place your arms. Sometimes people even like to come here onto the elbows and forearms, a little bit less intense. Wherever works for your body. Do what feels good for you. On the next one, keep the leg lifted, hold it, and now give me little pulses. So don't touch the floor, just a little pulse. Breathe. Give me little circles. And reverse it. Almost done. And little pulses. It gets progressively harder. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. You can smack it out, shake it out, whatever you need to do. Before we do our other side, we're going to take a side plank. So the top leg, top hip, that foot comes to the front. The bottom leg is now the straight one. Your elbow and forearm is on your Bosu. And then you're going to press into the Bosu and into the floor, lift the pelvis up, and voila, nice side plank. Make sure you're not digging all your weight into your poor little elbow on that Bosu. Think of pressing down through the forearm as well. You can stay here, or if you would like to advance it, you can always extend that bent knee out so that you have 2 straight legs. Wherever you'd like to be is totally fine. Now from here, just lower and lift those hips, little pulse and pulse. Whew. Focus on this bottom oblique. That's what's pushing you up. 5, 4, 3, 2. We're gonna hold it, breathe. Widen your collarbone. Give me some more energy out of your legs and out of that top hand. 5, 4, just holding. 3, 2, 1, and gently lower yourself all the way down. Let's take this to the other side of our mat, so the other side doesn't get left out. We'll be starting with our side over series. Okay, and the Bosu is close to you. Your top leg is the straight one, your bottom leg is the bent one, and we're gonna lean all the way over, taking a big side stretch, using that bottom hand to pull that top arm out. Reach, reach, reach. Stay here all day. Reach your top arm up towards the sky, bring your bottom hand behind your head, elbow wide. We're doing 10 of these. Exhale as you crunch, bring your elbow towards your hip. Inhale to lower back down. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, strong exhales. Squeeze all that stale air out. We're halfway there. Last 2. And a nice big side stretch. Breathe, use your bottom hand to pull that top hand. Reach, reach, reach. And then our final set of 5 here. Exhale. And 4, reaching that heel away from you. 3, and 2, and 1, and taking one more side stretch, reach, and press yourself up. We're gonna turn our shoulders and our ribs to face the Bosu. Multiple options for the hands. You can do one hand on either side. You can come onto your elbows and forearms here if that feels good. I kind of like that on this side. And yeah, your back might be tighter on one side than it is on the other. So if you want to do something different than you did on the other side to accommodate your body, please feel free. The bottom leg, or sorry, the top leg is going to be the one that's lifting. We have a flexed foot. Exhale, lift. Exhale, lift. All the way up, all the way down. Wherever your body is at, try not to rest it on the Bosu. So there is a little bit of a space between your core and the ball. On the next one, keep the leg lifted, hold it. Small pulses, breathing, feeling the burn, loving it. Draw a little circle, slow and steady is good. And reverse it. And little pulses again. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Placing that leg down. Awesome job. Then we've got our side plank, so coming onto your elbow and forearm. We're going to bend our top knee, place your foot flat onto the floor, kind of like a bicycle kickstand. Bottom leg is reached out straight and you're on the knife edge of your foot. You can use your hands on the ball to kind of help lift yourself up into the side plank position. And then from there, reach your top arm straight to the sky. If this is enough of a challenge, stay here. If you want more of a challenge, extend both legs out straight with staggered feet. So heel to toe, heel to toe. Check in with your supporting arm. Make sure you're not digging all your weight into your elbow. And let's start with pulsing those hips. Pulse. Pulse, feeling that bottom oblique wake up more. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, hold, breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And simply place those knees down. Take a centering child's pose, hips to heels, hands up on that Bosu. Breathe. Let's now take the Bosu, flip it over. So the platform side is up. We'll take a plank in this direction. It's up to you how you choose to hold the Bosu. Some people like to wrap their hands around the side. Other people like hands flat on the top. For this particular one, our plank, I'm going to do hands flat on the top since we won't be doing any rocking, if that helps you make a decision. Once you've decided on that hand placement, you're going to step back, 2 feet together, and establish your shoulders directly above your wrist. Tailbone is slightly scooped under like a sad dog with its tail between its legs. Hold it here. And without moving the platform, find stillness. Lift your right foot up a couple inches, put it back down, and then lift the left foot up a couple inches. Put it back down. Alternate slowly. Good. Then you're gonna lift up that right leg, hold it, point your foot, flex your foot, put it back down. Lift up the left foot, point the foot, flex the foot, put it back down. Do that a couple more times. Lift, point, flex, lower. Last time, lift, point, flex, lower, hold. Push away from the Bosu so you're not sinking into those shoulders. Give me a nice wide collarbone. And nicely place those knees down. Take a brief child's pose again. Watch your head on that ball. Okay. Leave the Bosu how it is and make your way onto your back. Scoot your tush close to the ball and then lay all the way down onto your back. We'll do some bridge work here. Feet are flat on the top of the ball, approximately 3 to 4 inches apart. You can rest your arms down by your sides. Your goal is to keep the platform of the ball stationary. You're going to take an exhale, engage the glutes, and begin to roll the hips up into a spinal bridge. Inhale to stay here at the top. Exhale to roll the spine back down, 1 vertebrae at a time, and through imprint back to neutral. Little inhale at the bottom. Exhale, initiate with those glutes, imprint the lower back, and peel your spine up. Inhale at the top to stay, and then an exhale to slowly roll those hips all the way back down. So major work for those hamstrings and glutes. If you feel that your hamstrings are cramping, make sure that your glutes are helping, because hamstrings and glutes work together as a team, and if the glutes don't do their part, then the hamstrings get a little angry. So make sure you're squeezing. Squeeze your buns. At the top of this next bridge, let's stay lifted. Hold it here. Start to gently pulse the hips, small pelvic thrust. Up and down a few inches. Neck and shoulders are relaxed. Now without rolling through the spine, tap the tailbone directly to the mat, lift directly up. Inhale down, exhale up. If this is enough of a challenge, you can just continue doing this. If you want to progress it, add your arms. As your hips lower, your arms lift. As your hips lift, your arms lower. So they're doing opposition. It requires a little bit more abdominal work to help keep the pelvis level and that Bosu as stationary as possible. Let's go for 3 and 2. This last time, stay lifted, hips high, arms down. See if you can perfect your form even more. And take an exhale and roll your spine all the way back down. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Breathe. Extend 2 straight legs gently up towards the ceiling. They might be a little tight, so be careful. We're gonna grab a hold of our calves, flex the feet, and take this into a little leg scissor action. One leg's to the sky, one leg is low. If you touch the Bosu, that's fine. It's not about how low that leg goes. I just want us to get a nice stretch here after all that bridge work. Okay, stay lifted, legs to tabletop, point the feet, knees over hips, flat lower back, arms by your sides. Take this into the Pilates 100s, breathing in through the nose for 5 quick counts, out through the mouth for 5 quick counts. Working in your Pilates imprint, extend the legs out straight on a high diagonal. So they're not too low, they're not touching the Bosu. Abs of steel, keeping your lower back flat and your chin close to your chest. From here, return the legs to tabletop, hands to the outsides of the shins. Double leg stretch. Inhale, reach your arms and legs away. Exhale, circle. Inhale, reach. Exhale, circle. Stay extended, arms and legs are out. Little pulses, arms and legs towards and away. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Rest your head. Rock side to side. Excellent work today. We'll go ahead and set ourselves all the way up. Flip the Bosu over so the ball side is up. And we're going to be doing some stretches on the Bosu with a little yoga flow. So I'm going to have your hands on the Bosu, hips above the knees, kind of just like you're on all fours. Take an inhale, tilt your tail, lift your sternum for cow stretch. Draw your shoulders down your back. Then exhale, round the spine, push the Bosu away, look towards your thighs. Lengthen out to a neutral straight spine. Tuck the toes under, lift the hips up, take this into a downward facing dog. Pedal out the feet, alternating bending your knees, stretch out your calves, take any movements that feel nice. Bring your feet together to touch. Take an inhale, reach your right leg high to the sky. Exhale, step through, all the way up onto the Bosu with that right foot. Once here, adjust if you need to. I know that can be a giant step for some. Make sure that this right kneecap is directly above this right ankle. Your left leg is straight, and you're feeling a stretch through your left hip flexor. That's your focus. Draw your shoulder blades down your back. Breathe. Plant your left palm onto the Bosu, and carefully, if you feel balanced, open your right arm and twist, gazing up towards the ceiling. Little balance challenge with our stretch today. Good. Untangle yourself. 2 hands on the Bosu. You're going to start to press back so that 2 legs become relatively straight. You can even flex your toes towards your nose. And then come back into that lunge, lift the chest. Exhale, push back, flex the toes towards the nose, lean forward. And then lunge into that hip flexor stretch. 2 more times, should feel good. Be careful, it's a little precarious up here. 1 more time. Coming into that low lunge, plant your hands firmly onto the Bosu, brace your core, step back into a plank, feet together, And then pike the hips into down dog. Paddle out if you'd like. Adjust your hand position if you need. Big toes come together to touch. Inhale the left leg high to the sky. Exhale, step through. Getting that left foot way up there on the center of the Bosu. Again, adjust if you need to. Take your time. It's one big step for sure. Make sure that left knee is above your left ankle. Your right leg is straight. We're feeling the stretch through this right hip flexor. If you feel balanced, place your right hand onto the Bosu. Extend the left arm towards the sky. Twist. Twist, twist, twist. And slowly untwist. From here, you're going to be rocking back and forth from two straight legs, triangle pose, back into your hip flexor stretch or lunge. If this is really intense, you can always bring your feet a little closer together so you don't have such an extreme distance to cover. And be careful if you're sweating, because it's a little slippery. 2 more. So I have my grip socks on. Come back into this low lunge, hold it. Hands on the Bosu, step back, 2 feet together. Last plank of the class, breathe. Nicely bend the knees. Set your hips to your heels, take a child's pose. I like to push the Bosu forward a little bit more in front of me. See if you can get your forehead to the floor, but keep your hands up on the ball so you get a nice stretch through the front of your chest. Then crawl your hands, both if possible, toward the right side of the Bosu onto the floor. Feeling the stretch through the left side of your rib cage. And then from there, take the hands over to the left side of the Bosu, potentially stacking the hands one on top of each other, breathing into the right side of the body. And then crawling the hands back up on top of the Bosu, hands shoulder width apart. I want you to take an inhale, and as you do that, lift your chest, extend the spine slightly so that you become parallel to the floor. Exhale, lower your forehead back down to the mat. One more time, inhale, press down through your palms, lift your spine. Exhale, lower it down. Then you can slide your hands onto the floor. Start to walk your hips back onto your heels, your hands onto your thighs, letting your head be the last thing to arrive. Taking those shoulders up, down, and back. You guys are all done. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed today's Bosu ball workout. If you did, comment below, give me a like, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more fun videos. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.